Late night video, I suppose, but Dusan Vlahovic deal to Arsenal is totally off. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? This is the Rokani Media Football channel that brings you all your football news all around the world. Those that support teams like Nigeria are real morning in Africa. Teams like Tunisia are through. Tunisia beat Nigeria. Morocco today has gone through. Senegal has gone through. The supporters of Sadio Mane and lovers, he's through in there. There is some bad news in there because he was really substituted off. He fell down the pitch and he looked like had got an injury in there. So we wait and see what is going to come up onto this lad who goes by the names of Sadio Mane. But all in all, let's get into this big story of the day. I've done it late, but I think most of you will bear with me because Arsenal's pursuit for Dusan Vlahovic is over after Juventus have agreed a £67 million bid with the team which goes by names of Fiorentina in there. Remember, Arteta had really come out and pointed out, all marked out, Dusan Vlahovic as his #1 summer target signing. You know that very well. And the 21-year-old Serbian had really impressed him and he thought that he would be the best replacement for Aubameyang. Remember, Aubameyang was stripped of the captaincy and thrown under the bus by the manager who goes by names of Mikel Arteta over his bad habits at Arsenal in there for you, and all in all it ended in vain, and Aubameyang is no longer the captain of Arsenal, and Arsenal are looking forward to getting a replacement. But sadly enough, their replacement they had really focused on, who goes by names of Dusan Vlahovic, has been taken. All he's on his way to a team which goes by names of Juventus in here. And in this story, I really want to let you know that when you are not in the Champions League, it's very hard to get a player, if at all a team that is really in the Champions League needs him. One of the points that Dusan Vlahovic was considering is to play Champions League football. And if at all you look at teams like Arsenal and Juventus, who of the two is a sure deal or is assured of Champions League football a season? That is Juventus in there for you. And news has it that if at all he was to go outside of Italy, he was supposed to go to a side which goes by names of Man City in there for you. Those were his only options. He wanted to play for Juventus or stay in Italy and play outside Italy in a team which goes by names of Man City in there for you. And Man City really came out and said, no, we are not interested in Dusan Vlahovic. And after Man City have signed Julian Alves in there, that means the hopes of Dusan Vlahovic to join a team which goes by names of Man City are over. So it's over, and it's over for Arsenal in there for you. Arsenal can no longer get Dusan Vlahovic because Juventus have really come in with a lot of energy and they've made a £67 million bid, yet Arsenal had made a bid of £50.1 million plus Lucas Torreira in the deal in there. Yet a team which goes by names of Fiorentina wanted cash because they felt like if at all this player doesn't go in the January transfer window, it will be very hard for a team like Fiorentina to really have a very good say and get good monies out of him come the summer in there, because by the summer he'll be left with 1 year and teams will come in and say we are giving you 30 or 40 million pounds, and the player won't be willing to sign a new contract because he came out and told the board of Fiorentina with his agents that if at all you want to sign a new contract, you have to give us a 6 million euros sign-on fee. That's what they wanted. Secondly, the second option was if at all you were to sell us, if at all you were to sell Dusan Vlahovic, our side was to take 10%. That's what the team of Dusan Vlahovic was proposing in the new contract, because they knew that if at all they sign a new contract this January transfer window, Dusan Vlahovic was going to be a hot asset in the summer, and the only way they could get their money they would have gotten as a sign-on fee if at all he went as a free agent is by getting 10% of the amount of money that they are going to sell Dusan Vlahovic. You know who does this most? It's a man who goes by names of Mino Raiola. You know him. He's the genius of this. This is what he does best. On the deal of Paul Pogba coming to Manchester United, he got £40 million because he took Pogba to Juventus on a free from Manchester United to Italy. He's doing the same thing on Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland has a buyout clause of 75 million euros, but guess what? Close to 50 million euros are going to go into the pockets of Mino Raiola and the father of Erling Haaland. So that's what Mino Raiola does, and those are the deals he does. So I think they were really suggesting to do a Mino Raiola style, but Fiorentina said no way, no way. If at all you're not signing if at all you're not signing with us or renewing your contract in this January transfer window, then we have to sell you off. The biggest offer, the biggest team that brings the biggest offer will really take you, and Juventus have really come in and submitted this bid in there for you. And you know very well, during the morning, Fabrizio Romano really came out and tweeted this. I think most of you saw this. Fabrizio Romano really came out and put out this tweet that really sank all Arsenal fans all over the world into a sobering mode, because this really put them down. And it read, Juventus have submitted an official bid for Dusan Vlahovic, and Fiorentina are prepared to accept 76 million euros fee on the table to sign the Serbian striker immediately. Verbal agreement between clubs in place. Juventus are now working on personal terms with Vlahovic in there for you. That is the tweet in there that synced most of the Arsenal fans in there, and they felt like, oh my, it's not really going down as expected in there. Then later, Fabrizio Romano came out and told us that Fiorentina had really agreed the amount of money that a team which goes by the names of Juventus had really submitted in there, and they're very much positive to let the player go to a side which goes by the names of Juventus. And just minutes away, Fabrizio Romano has come out and tweeted, Dusan Vlahovic deal. Juventus have offered him a 7 million euro net per season as salary. Talks progressing with his agents on personal terms. Juventus and Fiorentina have an agreement of 75 million euros fee, including add-ons. Gonna be a permanent deal, no loan with buyout option in there for you. So this deal is done, and I think by tomorrow everything will be done, and a man who goes by names of Dusan Vlahovic will be joining a side which goes by the names of Juventus. Now, what is left for Arsenal in there? I'm really asking myself, how can you lose out on a player that you've been chasing for the last 1 month in there? Because no sooner had Arteta thrown Aubameyang under the bus than he really told Edu and the sporting team, the sporting directors of Arsenal that plays, I want Dusan Vlahovic to be the replacement of this player in there. So I'm asking myself, why aren't Arsenal not this serious in there for you? Because if at all you were serious, you would have known in the first 1 or 2 weeks that you're not going to get Dusan Vlahovic in there. You've seen Money Power, what Money Power does. Manpower has come in and has overpowered Arsenal. And Arsenal should know this, that if at all you were to go for a player like Dusan Vlahovic in there, that means you fighting for the Champions League positions, you have to go in with the money that is going to convince a team which goes by the names of Fiorentina in there. But I really feel like Arsenal never went in for what they had to do, because you know you were small, you are not in the Champions League. That means you have to make the best offer to Fiorentina that no team can match. But Arsenal went in and made a bid of £50 million plus Torreira, who is valued at 10 million, 12 million pounds in there for you. That means Arsenal had made a bid of 62 million pounds. And then Juventus comes in and makes a bid of 67 million pounds. What do you expect Fiorentina to do? Because this time around, what Fiorentina wants, it doesn't want to sell this player to a team where the player wants to go. It's all about the biggest bidder takes it all. And the biggest bidder this time around is a player who goes, is a team which goes by names of Juventus, and Juventus are desperate, because when you look at the Serie A table, it looks like it's going to be very hard for them to come in and really compete for the top 4 positions of the Serie A. When you look at the standings of the Serie A, they're as follows. Inter Milan leading the table, Napoli second, Milan third, Atalanta is 4th, and Juventus is 5th, with the likes of Fiorentina and Roma giving them a chance, because Juventus is at 42 points and Roma is at 38. And you know what it means when Mourinho is behind you. So they feel like the only way to save their season to go into the Champions League, because Juventus, I've never had them miss the Champions League. So that means if at all they really want to go to the Champions League and make some good money in there, you just have to know that they have to buy in a striker who goes by names of Vlahovic in there. And And that's what they have to do, and they've gone in for it, and they've done it. They've done it, they've done it, they've done it, and they've done it. And guess what? Vlahovic is on his way to Turin, and Arsenal are just looking aghast. They have nothing to do, because a player of a caliber like Vlahovic, the only way can come to Arsenal is giving him a big salary. If at all Arsenal said that we are giving Vlahovic a 10 million euro deal, you get? Then they tell Fiorentina that we are giving you 70 million pounds in there for you, because the only way Arsenal can save its season is to get in a person who's really going to get in those goals. You saw that Arsenal game against a side which goes by the names of Burnley over the weekend. Guess why? Guess why Arsenal lost 2 points? It's because they didn't have a number 9, because chances were created and they couldn't finish them. So that's what I really come out and really say. Arsenal needs to check out itself, because ever since December, by the way, December 14th, for the past 1 month, it's been Vlahovic linkage to Arsenal. We all knew that. No other team was really talking about Vlahovic coming to a team which goes by names of Arsenal. Sorry, no other team showed interest into Vlahovic in there for you. And Arsenal looked like Arsenal. I think this made Arsenal comfortable, and they thought that it was a single race in there, and there were no other team that was interested in the player. And guess what? From nowhere, a team like Juventus comes in, and you know, every player that plays in the Italian Serie A feels like the best team in Italy is Juventus. And when Juventus knocks in the door with a very big salary, with an amount of money that convinces the team where we're playing right now, what the player has to do? It's obvious. The player just has to come and leave. So that's what Dusan Vlahovic has really gone ahead to do. He has snapped Arsenal in there. It's totally off, and the Gunners have failed to score in the last 4 matches. You know that? That is a very big statistic. Then you have to go in and get in another player in there for you, because your options like Alexandre Isak, Real Sociedad is saying we aren't selling the player. That's what Sociedad is saying, and I don't know what Arsenal are really going to go for. But good news for Arsenal is that Real Madrid have offered them Luka Jovic in there for you, and they are willing to come in through and take that player. Maybe smash the like button, comment and share. I'm having Stefan Vukovic, go Vlahovic. All right, Arsenal is a small club. That is Stefan Vukovic in there for you. I don't know whether Arsenal fans will really spare you. Ian B says Arsenal will lose every day. All right, yeah, they lose every day because they are not in the Champions League. And if you're into the Champions League, you have to do what Manchester United did. You know what Manchester United did? United went in for players like Paul Pogba, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, when they are not in the Champions League, and United really had to pay a lot of money to convince them to come. And Arsenal is not the way. This is not how Arsenal does its stuff. So I really feel like Arsenal are really into a bad situation in there. Stefan Vukovic says, when I remember that Xhaka was captain, I felt sick. But I really feel like the mentality of Arsenal players needs to change. When you look at their levels of playing, have not yet reached to a certain level. That's why you see when Arsenal goes ahead and wins 3 or 4 games, you'll hear its fans say Arsenal is back on trail, Arsenal on the wheel. No. The only way Arsenal can be back on the wheel is to qualify for Champions League. You get? Even if they don't win any trophy, but if at all they qualify for Champions League, there for you. So that's what I really feel like Arsenal fans should jubilate for. So if at all Stefan says, when I remember Xhaka was captain, I feel sick, you're right, because when you look at the recent captains of Arsenal, Charlie Adams, it is Tony Adams, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, I think even Gilberto Silva, Cesc Fabregas. When you remember those captains, there is no way really going to compare them with Xhaka. You get? Arsenal needs to get a cult of keeping its captains, as in the attitude of its captains and the drive, because the captain has to be the most performing player onto the pitch. And right now, the captain of Arsenal was Aubameyang. He was the least performer onto the pitch. You get? And then you bring in Granit Xhaka, who does not even have discipline to get a red card like that. I know people like Patrick Vieira used to get red cards, but not such red cards. Patrick Vieira most times found himself in a situation where they've got Arsenal on the break, and he has really to foul this player. And if at all he doesn't foul that player, Arsenal is going to concede and lose its win. That's why he always went for a yellow card, a red card. But guess what? The red cards that I've seen Xhaka get into the Arsenal team when he's captain are really ridiculous. You cannot even come out and defend them. They're undefendable. And I think because of those fouls, does not get his salary in there. So that's what I really think that Arsenal should really come out and do. Mitrovic is for Arsenal. Oh, Mitrovic who plays for Fulham in the Championship. And by the way, if Arsenal can go in and bring in Mitrovic, he will come in and do the job, because what Arsenal need, they need a player who's really going to come in and make that ball cross that line. But when you look at the edge of Mitrovic, oh my God, it's really also annoying and worrying, because in this COVID era and injuries, you don't trust a player who is that age, because you are trying to get rid of a player who is 32 years plus. Then you bring in another old Musei onto the club. That does not work. It does not work that way. There is no way it's going to work that way. Smash the like button, comment and share. Guys, thank you for watching in. Go into the live chat and tell me what you think about Arsenal pursuit for Dusan Vlahovic is over. So I don't know what you guys think about it. You can do what you can be like Ian B and Stefan and tell us your thoughts in here onto the Rokani Media Football channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. We sign out for now. Tomorrow we are really coming up with very many big updates as far as the transfer